Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. I know I am. So it's been an interesting weekend so far. Hopefully you're having a great weekend. I know that we are. We're trying to anyway. So I thought we'd do something a little different today. We had talked about making some low carb pancit. So we're going to do that. That's what we're going to do today. We've done some other cooking this weekend, but has been more for us. We made another ube roll, and so if you notice my lips are a little bit purple or my tongue's a little bit purple, that's because we've been eating some of that ube roll cake. Hey, if you want to see that recipe, check it out. I'll put a link down below if you want to see it. Hey, before we go any further, can you give it a thumbs up? Can you subscribe down below and hit that little bell icon if you like what you see? I'm trying to think of different opportunities for you to try some different foods and some great things. If you don't know what pancit is, it's a traditional stir-fry dish that they make at most of the holidays, birthday parties, holidays, and stuff of that nature. It's really yummy. It's really good. It's one of my favorite Filipino foods. They have many really good foods. So this is a low carb version of it. So I'm gonna make that for you. Again, it's more like a stir fry. With a little bit of a twist to it. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to turn the camera down now. We'll point it down at the pan. It's pretty easy. We prepared a lot of the food already, so excuse my reach. So here's my frying pan. We're going to turn it down. So I did put some avocado oil in here. So what I'm going to do is I have about a half of white onion. I'm going to put in here. We're going to put that in here. We're going to actually start sauteing. We're going to start sauteing this. Get it cooking good. Get it covered in the oil. Again, like I said, we covered everything up. We cut everything up earlier, so I figured you knew how to cut up vegetables and stuff. So you can make this many different ways. You can make it with chicken. We're going to use shrimp today because we have shrimp, and that's one of my favorite things to have is shrimp. So we're gonna make it with shrimp today, but you can make it with chicken. You can make it with beef. You can make it with just about any meat you want to. And you're probably saying stir fry with meat. Yeah. So you can pretty much make it any way you want. We'll get this cooking really good. And then once these are pretty well saturated with the oil, now the next thing I put some garlic cloves in here. We're gonna put the garlic cloves in here. Take that pan and stick it out of the way. Move my next one in line. All right, so here we're gonna want to cook this until it's nice and it's caramelized, and then we can kind of go from there. So. Alright, I'm going to pause it here just because you don't need to watch out. When we come back when this is caramelized and we're ready to add the next ingredient. Alright, we're back and it's cooking pretty good now. And we're getting close to the next step here. Again, this is it's actually a pretty simple recipe. The thing with the recipe, it takes a lot of time to cut the onions and the garlic, and we're going to use green beans in it. We also have some cabbage we're going to use in it, and some pepper we're going to use in it, as well as like I said, we're going to use shrimp in it. That's what takes most of the time up, is to cut everything all up and get it prepared. Other than that, it's a pretty cooking time is not terribly long. Alright, so you can see the onions starting to get caramelized and the garlic getting in there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in the green beans. So the green beans we're going to put in now just because of the fact that the green beans are going to take a little while to cook. They're a little thicker and a little harder than some of the other stuff. So we put them in now. Again, you can use just about any vegetable you want, provided it's keto-friendly vegetable, right? Now this will take a couple of minutes to cook the green beans up. Hey, if you're interested, I do have some of my favorite things. They're affiliate links down, and I'll put them in below the description. If you're interested in, these are some of the things that I use for cooking all the time, things I use around my house, as well as utility things like this hot plate, or we use a Ninja grill quite a bit. So those are some of my favorite things that you'll see that we make quite a few videos on, as well as some of our foods, right? So you'll see, things for my bulletproof coffee on there and stuff. So if you're interested in all that stuff, go down and check out my affiliate links. They're from Amazon. You can order it, and so. All right, so why don't I stop here? I'm gonna stop the video now. I'll cook this back up. Try to make this video nice and short, so you don't need to sit here and listen to me talk and just watch this cook. So I'm gonna stop. We'll come back when this is done cooking, and we'll show you the next ingredient. We're gonna add the shrimp right now. We're gonna put the shrimp in here. This is 2 pounds of shrimp, so it's a lot of shrimp. We did cut them because they're actually really big. We'll make this probably 2 or 3 meals during the week and be taking it to work with me and stuff. So I'm gonna set that over here. Sorry about that. Get this all mixed in, really good. And we're gonna actually put the seasoning in right now too as well. We're gonna put some seasoning. So again, you just put a little bit of salt into it. Not too much, just a little bit to give it some taste. We're actually going to put some pepper into it. Then we're going to use, I'm using aminos, so this is liquid aminos. So this is in replacement of the soy sauce that you would normally use. Again, let me pour it in here. Let me pay attention to one thing at a time. So we're going to pour that in here as well. So this amino acids here, if you look at it, it's 0 carbs on it. So you can use the coconut amino, but this is just from vegetable proteins. So this is a soy alternative that I use, and then I'm going to use a little bit of oh, I probably can't see it right. So this is some chicken broth. So we're going to use a little bit of chicken broth. Again, on here the carbs are 0 on this as well. So we're just going to pour a little tiny bit in there just to kind of help it a little bit. Get it all soaking in here. It doesn't take very long to cook. The shrimp will take a couple of minutes to cook, but you'll see, and they're already starting to turn. No, like I said again, typically you avoid stuff like this because of the soy oil that you're using. Good alternatives are these aminos, the coconut aminos or this liquid amino. Also fish oils are pretty good. Just look at them and read the labels. They're pretty clean to use. Just make sure they don't have any sugar added to them. So those are all pretty good things to use when you're making dishes like this. All right, and then while this is cooking here and we're starting to get some good color on, we're actually going to mix. So this is a mixture of cabbage, and we're probably going to fill this thing up. So this is a mixture of cabbage, and I already did mix in the, if you see them, we mixed in the red pepper as well into this as well. So we're going to mix this all up. We're going to let this cook down a little bit. All right, so while this is cooking down, we're going to take a little break, and when it comes back, when it's cooked down, we'll come back and we'll go into the next steps. All right, so this looks like it's pretty well cooked up. So what we're going to do is we're going to transfer this into a bowl. Because I got some noodles I'm gonna cook, and I want the noodles to cook in the juice, so I'm gonna very cautiously try to get most of this out of the bowl here. Leave the juice in here because I want it to cook in the juice. I'll talk a little bit about now the noodles that go into this. You can use different noodles for it. You can use the palm of hearts. You can use kelp noodles. So there's several different kinds of noodles. I wouldn't say so. There's 3 or 4 that I know of that you can use for a replacement. I'm not so sure about any of the spaghetti squashes or any of that stuff, but the kelp noodles I know you can. The palm of hearts I know you can. So any of those noodles are good noodles to cook. I'm going to actually show you the one that we're going to use. It's neither one of those two. We're almost there. Now you don't want to be careful too, because you don't really want to overcook your vegetables. You kind of want them to be nice and sauteed and a little tiny bit crunchy cooked, but not quite overly cooked. So alright, so that's, I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to take this, and then what I'm going to do is we've been using these miracle noodles in a lot of our stuff. So again, these are the miracle noodles. They're 0 carbs, and I think I have changed the recipe or something, because the last couple of batches of miracle noodles I got, they don't have that smell in them that they used to have, and you used to have to wash out. So we still wash them out, but so I'm going to put these in here, and I'm going to cook these up a little bit, just to because I want these to kind of soak up a little bit of that broth and that soy, and or I should say that amino. So we're going to put this in here. We're going to let this cook for a little bit. We're going to kind of get it going, and I really like these noodles. These noodles are pretty good. If you don't know, the plants that these come from, they're out of Japan. these actually, again, these go when they go into your intestines. They soak up a ton of water, so they actually will make you a lot fuller and keep you fuller for a very long time. So they're really, really good for you. Really, really healthy for you. Again, I really like the palm of heart ones as well. I use those in some spaghettis as well. So it really depends. And the kelp noodles, I can't say I've ever really used. I've seen them used in a couple of the other recipes for other noodle replacements, for Asian noodle replacements, but I can't say I've ever used them. So. All right, so I'm going to stop this here. We're going to cook this up, and we'll come back once this is cooked, and I'll show you the next step. All right, now we're going to come back. I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. So basically what we're going to do next is we're going to take some of this that we took out. We're going to put it back in. We're not going to put the whole thing back in. We're going to put about half of it back in. All right. And we're going to mix the noodles in with that. Now again, this is pretty low carbs. I'll go through the macros here in a minute. Again, this is probably, we'll probably get 6 meals out of it. All right, so I think this is done. All right, I think this is done. So what I do now, Alright, so what I'm going to do is put a little bit on a plate. Try to get some of these shrimps and some of these vegetables on there. Then I'm going to take actually a little bit out of the, so I'm going to take a little bit out of here, and I'm going to put this on the, how do I turn the spoon upside down? Trying to get some of the vegetables on here, not just the shrimp. It's okay. So a little bit of like that. So that's all there is to it. So I'm going to turn this up here, and so you can see me when I do the taste testing. I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So again, really, really super easy, traditional Filipino dish that's really, really super yummy. Again, it's a lot like stir fry. A little different than stir fry. Awesome. That's all I can say. It's awesome. So, if you'd like to try something different that you never had before, this is a really, really good one to try. Again, you could do this with anything. We decided to do it with the shrimp just because we decided to have shrimp. Now, just to go through this really quick, like one serving of this is about 156 calories. It's about six total fats in it. Let's see, carbs, about 5 net carbs in it. Mainly, it's from the green beans and the pepper. I will tell you that generally it usually has carrots. We skipped the carrots just because we were trying to bring the carbs down a little bit. So it's about 3 net carbs, and it has about 24 grams of protein in it. So pretty good all around. Pretty good all around dinner. So hey, if you like this video, and you know, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below. Yeah. Hit that little bell icon next to it. Oh boy. Hey, you know, if you have comments, other things like that, I know that we've been talking about other things, cooking, then you know, let us know, and we'll try to get them on the menu and try to cook them for you. Try to see what there is. We have quite a list of things to cook right now. I know that we're not doing as much as we used to, but we're trying to continue to keep going. So hopefully you like the stuff, you appreciate it, and thumbs up would really appreciate it to show me that you're doing it. Hey, remember, you guys are awesome. Have a great day. All right, and we'll talk to you soon.